Hey, so it's supposed to be 94 up here today. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 100 the next day, and then it's going to cool off again. So, Catherine, I know what you're suffering. Hot here too.
with air conditioning.
Yeah, but the difference is we have air conditioning, and that does make all the difference. Okay, let's really quickly review what we did yesterday. It's just going to be a quick review, and then we're going to go on to the next bit of move, all right? And we'll see from there. All right. So let's just go from the beginning of the fourth section. Figure eight to the right, right foot comes in. Figure eight to the right, right foot goes out. Bring the weight back of the left foot and forward to the strike. Bring it back to the left foot, open the right toes, and block right, block left, swallow's nest. Step up and plant the right foot at 90 degrees. Bring your weight back to the right, and the arms go to the left toe goes to the right. And spin around on the ball of the right foot, and step back, and 1, 2, 3. One more. One, two, three. Something I should have reminded you of yesterday. When you're doing a sweep with either foot, all right? So this is a sweep. You want to move your mind inside your foot. So you're not just moving your foot from up here like it's a lump of whatever. You actually got to get in your foot. And for this move, right, the first thing you do is go into the toes. And you move the foot forward. Why do you move the foot forward? Because you're going to move it backwards. If you want to move backwards, you got to start by going forward. If you want to move to the left, then you start by going to the right, and then go to the left, just to work up a little momentum. So you start in the toes, and then your mind goes back to your heel. Toe, heel. Right? And the movement is not straight back. You can do straight back for other things, but this one is a sweep, and a sweep is a circle. Right? Forward, and then kind of to the outside of the leg, right? Moving like this. Now you end up back standing where you were, but that's the idea, right? Sweep. Good. Now, when you're done with the sweep, if you were to draw this foot straight forward, you should be standing comfortably. You don't want to be like this, because if you drew your foot forward, you'd run into yourself, and now you're not going to have very good balance. You also don't want to be out here like this. If you draw that foot forward, now you're in a big horse stance. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not appropriate for this move. All right? So you have to work a little bit on ending up about shoulder width apart. Boom. Right? Okay, for this move, not just what I explained here, but this whole move, are there any questions? No, Catherine says no. Catherine's got it down. Okay. Catherine, let me see you do it. Good. So, Catherine, to my eyes, you've got the basic movement here. There are some little things that you should work on, but you'll get them as time goes on. One of the things you could start to think about is every move in Tai Chi, almost every move in Tai Chi is actually composed of a bunch of moves. And you can think of those moves as being composed of winding up and hitting. And once you get the basic move down, one of the things you can start to think about is where are the places that I'm winding up and where are the places that I'm hitting? And when you do the practice, you can emphasize the hits just a little bit, not to emphasize them really strongly. Looks like this, right? No, that's too much. Just a little touch, right? Pop, 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 right? Just so you're getting the feeling of all right, I'm winding up, I'm hitting, right? What that does is it begins to build the sense of rhythm inside your body, right? Just like rhythm. Boom. Okay, James, let me see you do it.
Well, you'll see me do something.
Oh, okay, you're right. You're going to have to work on this a little bit. There's bits and pieces, but they're not necessarily in the right sequence. Um, just get the recordings and work on this last little section. The fourth section of the form has some tricky parts in it, and this is a tricky part, right? Boom. But in regards to time, I think we should just move on now. So, uh, what's the next bit of the move here? Let me demonstrate the next little bit, which is relatively easy. I'm going to do it first in the proper orientation. Then I'm going to do it a second time facing you. All right. So this move ends with dodge through back. Now watch. Relax. Sink. Turn your waist and block to the left, punch to the right. Again, relax. Punch the temple, step forward. Punch the temple, step forward. And block with the left, punch the ground with the right. All right? Long back. Step in and elbow to heart. Okay, that's actually 2 moves, but that's okay. We've been through these before. Let me do it another time facing you. So the last move ends with dodge through back. Relax, sink, sink. And then the Dan Chen starts to rotate. You gotta get this here, or this won't make any sense. Watch this. It's not your arms moving, it's your belly. The only reason my arms are moving is because my belly's moving. Because this is the engine. Now, the arms are each going to do something. They're going to do something a little different, but they're both being powered by the belly. Watch. I'll just do the left, right? The left is a block. That circle on the left, that's a small circle on the left, right? And you hook your wrist. If somebody's arm is coming in, which is exactly what this is for, their arm is coming in maybe for a liver punch, right? And you're going to do this small circle. The guy's going to miss you. When you block someone, you don't have to block them clear out there. That's a waste of effort, and you're going to be out of balance. All they have to do is miss you. Right? Watch. Watch my wrist. He's missed. He's missed, and I haven't moved way out of confirmation. Boom. All right. So this movement here is what powers that. If you just try to do this with your arm, without your body behind it, there's not much power in it. Because your arms, what does your arm weigh? Kevin, what's your arm weigh? 20 pounds at the most? Not much. So there's not much force there. But if your whole body's behind it, now you have some power there. The right hand is doing something different. This is the defensive hand. This is the offensive hand. So I'm going to do 2 things at the same time. I'm going to defend myself and I'm going to attack the other guy. Watch. On the left side, defend myself. On the right side, counterattack. So his arm is coming in. I block it and punch. All right? I block it and punch. Block it, punch. All right? Both sides are powered by the same circle. Watch the Dan Chen. Boom. It's the same circle. Let's just look at the power hand on the right side, right? Now, don't forget you're stepping forward. So the step forward also powers you from the ground. Boom. You wouldn't have to step forward, but it certainly gives you a little more oomph. Boom. All right? You bring all that power up from the ground. Boom. All right? And then they both work at the same time. The defense and the counterattack are the same movement. Defense left, counterattack right. Boom. Same thing. Catherine, let me see you do it. Yes, that's the basic idea. Yes. Good. You just got to keep doing this over and over. Every move is like this. You do it over and over until it clicks. Until the internal timing clicks. Boom. Good. James, you got it too. Whether Tai Chi or not is a functional martial art or not depends upon efficiency. If your moves are not 100% efficient, they won't work very well. All right? So that means you have to practice the moves. You got to practice this until it becomes nearly 100% efficient. Then it's very effective. You guys have, if you have not seen it, go to YouTube and look up Bruce Lee 1-inch punch. Right? There's a famous demonstration that he did where he had a guy stand up, put a chair behind him, about 10 feet behind him, and he stood with his fist 1 inch away from the guy's chest. 1 inch away, and then he punched him, pow, like that. And the guy flew back 10 feet into the chair. And that was not fake. That was real. You can see that it was real. How could you do that? How is that possible? It's because it's completely efficient. It's like body mechanics that are efficient, because he had done that punch 10,000 times. All right? Boom! It's not done with the arm. It's done with the body. Boom! I don't think I could punch a guy 10 feet back, but I might get him a couple of feet. Okay, one more. Relax. Block left, punch right. Now, just relax again. Punch the guy in the temple. Right? And then step forward. Punch the guy in the other temple. And then step forward while you drop your hand. And then raise your hand again to protect your head, so you're just blocking up here. Right? And punch him down on the leg. Now, if you're still young and slim enough, you can punch all the way down and punch him on the top of the foot. Boom. All right. What Master Feng liked to do was punch you on the top of the quads in the thigh. All right. So he's punching you here, or down right above the knee. Boom. So let's do it all together. Relax, turn, block left, punch right. Relax, temple, step. Temple, step. Block high, punch low. And again. sweep, 2, 3. Relax down and circle. Block left, punch right. Relax. Punch on the temple to the right and step. Punch on the temple on the left and step. Relax down. Block high, punch low. Okay, let's do that in the proper position here for the form itself. This move is called punch the ground, and that comes from that final punch on the ground. 1, 2, 3, sink, block left, punch right, relax, temple, step, temple, step, block high, punch low. One more. Relax, circle, block left, punch right. Relax, punch the temple and step. Punch the temple and step. Block high, punch low. One more. Okay, any questions about this section? All right, Catherine, let me see you do it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So at the last punch, your weight obviously is all on your left foot that is in front.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's on the left. Now, I'm too old and fat to go down all the way, but let me show you something. If you want to go all the way down to the foot, you're going to need a wider stance, which means your back leg is going to have to scoot back as you do this. Watch. 1, 2, right? Punch. It's going to have to move back because you just run into yourself otherwise. You don't have to do that. You can do that if you want to, but you don't have to. Okay, Catherine, let me see you do the move. Okay, good. Good. I like your conformation, your body conformation. You're starting to look really well grounded. Good. James, let me see you do it. Good. Okay, let's go on to the next little part. And I'm going to do this from several different viewpoints. So stay alert, all right? I'm going to do the first one facing you, and then I'm going to do it in the proper, quote unquote, proper position with my back to you. So I've just punched the ground. The next move is I punched the ground here. The next move is to punch a guy who's directly behind me. All right? The way you do that in this particular move is something called Tong Bei. Tong means long. Bei means back. So long back. Well, what do they mean by long back? They mean you're using your back to stretch out. Long back. All right? Punch the ground, long back. and you're giving him a backhand, right, to the side of the head or something. So it's a simple move. That's actually from a different martial art called Tong Bei, long back. All right? Long back. Now, in order to do this, you're going to have to change your footwork as you do it. So watch my feet. Now we'll go directly into the next move, which is elbow to heart. Let me just demonstrate what elbow to heart is, because you could just do this as elbow to heart. So some bad guy is standing here, and he's kind of screwing with you. So maybe he pushes you here, and you just yield. Right? He's pushing you, just yield a little bit, but you use that yield to wind up, and then you counterattack. So he pushes you, right? Elbow to his heart. Now his heart is this whole area here. So between the breasts and between the solar plexus and the collarbones, all right? You just smack that with your elbow. Boom. The trick is you don't just use your elbow. You use your whole body. The elbow is just the place that attaches him. Watch this foot and the Dan Chen and then the elbow. Watch them. Watch the Dan Chen. Now, it's going to make a movement. I'm not making it move on purpose. The movement is an expression of what I'm allowing to happen in the daimai. Watch. Did you see it just pop back and forth? It's like our old friend. I don't know where my rag is here that I use it, but it's like a whip. It's a whip, and when you whip, watch my hand. Whip, whip, whip. Once I'm done with the whip, I just let my hand relax. Whip, whip. Of course it's going to come back. It's going to go blah, 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 like that. All right? That's what I'm doing here. I'm popping the daimai, right? And as soon as it gets over here to where it delivers the elbow strike, I release it. And it just, does that. Just naturally. I'm not making it do that. It just does that. Now, you got to work up to that over time, but the point you should get from this is the elbow strike comes from the bottom of the left foot. Long back. Elbow strike. Now, there's two ways you can do this movement. One way is you don't move the right foot. Hit the ground, long back, elbow strike. And that will work. The more advanced way to do it is you do move the right foot. Watch this. What's the advantage of that? Well, you're moving your whole body in that direction. So that's going to reinforce the movement into the elbow. Boom. Part of the more advanced one, watch this hand here. I'll turn it a little angle so you can see. That's just pure silk reeling. Again, you don't do it with your arm, it just shows up in the arm. You do it with your body. Earlier in the form, it's in the first section. It's a way to do two things. One is it can increase the power in your elbow strike. The other reason is you're pulling the guy's arm. So the guy has come in here and he's tried to give you a backhand, right? So you intercept the backhand and his arm's here. Now that means his ribs are open, right? And you're going to hit him in those ribs that are open. But at the same time that you hit him this way, you're going to pull him this way. Watch the grip. Pull him. Now, why are you doing that? Well, because your body wants to do that. It's if you just try to pull him straight, you can't move your arm very far. Right? You have to turn your elbow down in order to pull him in. Boom. Okay, let's do this whole movement. Elbow to heart. Punch the ground. Long back. Step in. All your weight's still on the left. And grab his hand. Step out, and you're going to pull to the left while you elbow to the right. Another way to think about this is if you want something to go to the right, something needs to go to the left. Right? And boom. When you shoot a gun, whether it's a rifle or a handgun, you're going to get a kickback because for the bullet to go in that direction, something has to go in the opposite direction. That's the kickback. So part of the art of shooting is to understand that and to be ready for that and not let it completely surprise you and throw you for a loop, right? So I'm going to shoot in this direction, but the kickback's coming in this direction. Boom. If there's no kickback, then the shot is weak. Right, you could probably somehow invent a gun that has no kickback, but the bullet would probably just come to the end of the muzzle and fall to the ground or something. It's going to be relatively weak.
You can do it, but the gun's going to weigh a lot.
Yeah, the gun's going to weigh several tons, right, to absorb everything.
Yeah, there's only like for a 45 caliber, there's only about 600 foot-pounds of energy going out. So the kickback, you fire a bigger, like an elephant gun, you're going to get knocked on your hind.
Yes, exactly. All right. So there's a great scene in Master and Commander. You know, that wonderful movie about the Napoleonic sailing days, where some big guy lifts the back end of a cannon and points it down at a smaller boat, and then they're going to fire it. Well, that would kill him because the kickback from that cannon would totally destroy him. But I guess they didn't know about that when they made the movies. All right? But boom, there it is. boom. If you can, watch my left toe. Sorry, I need an assistant in here an assistant cameraman. Watch this toe. You're literally bringing everything from the left foot to the right foot. Everything from the left foot to the right foot. You could actually lift the left foot. Because the power has already come up and is going out there, you wouldn't have to stay rooted on the left foot because you've already moved your root to the right foot. It's on the left foot, now it's on the right foot. It's on the left foot, now it's on the right foot. Left foot, right foot. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So it's a lot like a dance step. But what it has to do with is not just left body, right body coordination. It's upper body, lower body coordination. And that's where most people have a little more issue. All right? So you can play with all those things a little bit and get a feel for it. And you'll know it's working when it just all sort of falls together. Pop. Pop. You don't have to do anything fancy here. Let's do the whole sequence from punch the ground. Punch the ground. Long back. Step in, close, and elbow to heart. One more. Punch the ground, long back. Step in, close, and step out, elbow to heart. Now I'm going to do it with my back to you, which is the correct way to be doing it. Punch the ground. Long back. Step in, close, step out, elbow to heart. One more. Punch the ground, long back. Step in, close, step out, elbow to heart. One more. Okay, any final questions? Catherine?
Mm. No, I don't have questions, but I don't find it an easy move. In terms of energy, I think there is a lot of things happening very quickly.
Yes, that's true. When you learn a new move, I'm giving you guys a lot of different layers at the same time. When you think about this and you practice it yourself, find the simplest way to do this. You don't have to do all the bells and whistles. Just do the simple thing. Long back, elbow to heart. That's the core of it. Long back, elbow to heart. Long back, elbow to heart. When you've gotten that really basic level down, then you can go in and play with the bells and whistles a little bit. Other questions?
Why don't I practice more?
That's
Never
everybody's-
mind.
That's everybody's question. Okay, guys. Have yourselves a great week. I'll get this recording up later today, and practice during the week. And hopefully, we'll have decent enough weather next week. We can continue with this. All right. We'll see how it goes. All right. All right, Catherine. Stay cool.